This is New Sounds, and here in our performance studio, it is an honor for me to welcome the members of the Qawwali Party, led by Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan. And Khan Sahib, it's a pleasure to have you here with your musicians. And Zeba Rahman will be handling some of the translating chores. Although, Khan Sahib, just listening to all of you talking here in the studio, half of your language appears to be English already.
Yes, I can speak English. If any problem, she will help me.
Okay. It seems like the Urdu word for editing is editing.
I will tell you. I will tell him in Urdu, and he will...
Right. Okay, now the word Qawwali refers to a specific kind of music. It's kind of prayer, right?
Yes. It's religious music. Qawwali means when we sing in the poetry, the Sufis saint the poems, the equality between brotherhood.
So it's specifically Sufi poetry.
Yes.
Okay, so it means prayer or something.
Yes,
like that?
prayer.
Devotional music.
Devotional music, Sufi music.
Okay. But there are also love songs, right, that you sing, that the ensemble performs, ghazals and songs like that?
Yes, some for entertainment. There's some
for entertainment.
In this part is only for entertainment, not for religious. Yes.
Right. The most striking thing about this religious music is that it's very rhythmic and it's music. It sounds like music for dancing. To us in the West, if we don't know the words, it sounds like party music.
Yes, it's not for party music. It's religious. We are also dancing in the Sufi music, but not for dancing for the girlfriend, for a boyfriend.
Right.
It's dance for God, dance for Sufi saint.
Yeah. Let me ask you just quickly about your name. Is Nusrat a given name, or is that a title that you've been given?
Yes, my name is Nusrat. Fateh Ali Khan is my father's name.
Okay.
And we joint name, Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan.
Okay, so Nusrat is a given name.
Yes,
Nusrat is the given name.
Okay. And the nickname that you've been given is Shahanshah, right?
Some people ask me. I know.
Shahanshah means emperor.
Emperor.
Yes,
Emperor. The highest, the most.
It's also the name of one of your recordings.
Yes.
So obviously it's a nickname that stuck. We're going to hear a couple of live performances. Now I understand that your throat is...
some little bit problem in my throat because I many performances in the France and all over the Europe.
And now all over the United States as well. Well, I'm really glad that you're able to perform a couple of shorter pieces for us tonight. It seems that the first song, Allahu, Allahu, is something that opens a lot of performance.
Religious for God, who is mean is every har simt khuda hai.
God is omnipresent and He is everywhere. And they begin every performance with Allahu.
Chand, suraj, sitare, asman, kuch bhi nahi tha, tab bhi Allah tha.
Before the universe, before the moon, the sky, the stars, God was there, Allah was there. And that's how they begin. It's,
a kind of a musical invocation.
Invocation of Allah.
Okay. And then a song called Musta Must?
Yes,
Must.
Must mean the bekhudi, nasha,
ecstasy,
mohabbat ka
ecstasy.
nasha.
Divine ecstasy.
Must, kalandar ki mohabbat mein mast bekhud.
Being in ecstasy over Qalandar was one of the famous Sufi
saints.
Yes. And Hazrat Ali, who's a major figure.
Okay. All right, let's hear these live performances. Khan Sahib, you are obviously the leader of the band, but there are other lead vocalists, right?
Yes, I have 3 leaders singing. One me, and second my younger brother, Mr. Farooq Fateh Ali Khan. He playing harmonium with me.
He's
my
playing
voice,
the harmonium as well?
He always giving the suggestion and melody in the harmonium. And the third voice is my nephew, whose name is Rahat Ali Khan. And the fourth voice is my students, Rahmat Ali.
Okay.
And the fifth is a very important man in my group, Mr. Dildar, who is the tabla player. He is a very traditional tabla player, kind of many, everything it depends on him rhythmic, because हर चीज जो है उसका कंट्रोल उसके हाथ में होता है.
He is the person that gives the signals, and he controls the tenor of the performance.
Okay, an important role. So we have tabla, harmonium, 3 lead singers, and sort of backing vocals as well.
Yes, chorus singer.
Chorus singer. All right, let's hear 2 live performances here in our studio on this edition of New Sounds from Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan and his Qawwali party. Khan Sahib, you mentioned before that the last song is about ecstasy. I guess that is what the dancing is supposed to be about as well, right? You dance to reach a kind of ecstatic state.
बेखुदी में जब आदमी रक्स करता है उसको किसी चीज की कुछ खबर नहीं होती कि मैं कहाँ हूँ. वो ऐसे महसूस करता है जैसे कि मैं खला में हूँ और जिसके इश्क में मैं डांस कर रहा हूँ वो मुझे देख रहा है और मैं उसे देख रहा हूँ.
It's a way of reaching the divine, and music moves people to dance, but dance towards the divine and joining of the spirits. You know, it's a unifying movement. Dance, music, everything. Okay. Completely engaging.
You've brought Qawwali music to Western audiences for a number of years now. Most Westerners don't really understand completely what the religious implications are. That must have been hard on you at first.
I think is no need any language, no need any word, because music is a universal language. Everybody know my style, my rhythmic message, my message of peace, message of love between human being, brotherhood and equality.
And I noticed that the last couple of times you've been here in New York, your performances were dedicated to different organizations, different causes. And when you were here a year or 2 ago, there was a great cricketer with you, Imran Khan.
Imran Khan, many concerts for his charity.
His charity is cancer research.
Cancer
many charity is, and Abdul Sattar Eidi is a very important man in Pakistan. Many charity for him. Many charity for Imran Khan.
So many of your performances have been benefits for
yes.
one organization or another.
Because that's in the spirit of the music.
In the spirit of the music, sure.
Absolutely.
And obviously, touring around the world, it's not surprising that the throat gets a little worn down, but you still seem like you enjoy it. I mean, watching you perform here in the studio.
Thank you.
It's funny, you mentioned that the tabla player actually leads the ensemble in a way. You seem to do a lot of motion with your hands, cueing. Are you cueing the musicians? Are
no, me talking. It's no. It's everybody we are understanding. Depend on the understanding. Everybody know what he will do.
They anticipate. They anticipate, Nusrat.
One of my personal favorite recordings is the set of Paris concerts that you did with the full ensemble, which is a little larger than this one, isn't it?
Yes, it's a fuller troupe with 2 harmoniums.
Full group. We have 2 harmonium and 1 tabla, and we are the 11 person. 1 is the manager, and we are on the stage. We are 10 person.
You're 10 people.
We divide in the 2 part of 1 part, 2 part, and between the tabla.
Another
first part when the singing is the chorus, and they will rest, and the second part is done. And when he will silence, and
then the other one will come back. Yeah.
My manager is the Mr. Iqbal Kasuri.
Right.
He's the 11 person. He's always any organization.
He's the fellow behind the video camera.
Yeah.
Been taping
everything
the whole affair
in his
tonight.
record.
Now, when you sing these songs, are you singing your own? Do you write these yourself, or are you using traditional melodies?
Tradition. Yes, some tradition. I will choose the selection of traditional. Some tune is my father's tune. Some tunes my grandfather just very traditional. Some tunes but I follow my tradition.
Right, and the texts are